going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everyone who support the platform. Much love, much love. Salute to everyone that's in the building. If you are here, you can hear me clearly. Please drop y'all ones in the chat. Please drop y'all ones in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me loud and clear. Let me know if y'all can hear me loud and clear. Drop y'all ones in the chat. Drop y'all ones in the chat. Drop y'all ones in the chat, y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Shout out to all the visionaries. Let me know if y'all can hear me loud and clear, y'all. Okay. I'm glad you guys can hear me loud and clearly. I'm glad you guys can hear me loud and clearly. Shout out to everyone that's in the building. Shout out to everyone that's in the building, man. And of course, we are back right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross, of course. I appreciate all the love and the support. Salute to everyone that's in the building. Shout out to all the visionaries, man. Salute to my lovely lady mods that always come through and hold down the chat. We got another great show lined up for you guys today. Salute to y'all. Salute to y'all. Salute to y'all. Let's see who's in the building. Let's shout everyone out. And then let's get to it. But before we get into it, I'm going to give some quick announcements. Quick announcements before we get into today's show. And while we get into these announcements, make sure y'all do what's free, y'all. Make sure y'all do what's free. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Hit that like button, hit that share button on the way in. So, announcements. As y'all know, today I started my first class. The class is actually human development. Human development class is it's human development, diversity, equity, and inclusion. So very interesting class so far. You know, I like it. It's interesting. Um, I don't think it's boring. You know, a lot of people say, is it boring? You know, for me, going back to school, from being out of school this such a long time, and for me to actually be changing my major, it's interesting that my first class is so interesting to me, you know? So that's my announcements for today. You know, this is just my first class for this first semester. You know, I have 5 week semesters, so all my classes are 5 weeks. So my first 5 weeks, I'm gonna have one class. My next, after this class, I'm gonna have two classes for 5 weeks. So the next semester, y'all, I'm gonna be a little bit more busy. So y'all might get a little more pre-records than lives. But as y'all know, man, y'all gonna always have content. I'm gonna still be here. Salute to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate all the support. But we going up, y'all. We going up. Like I said, this first class is very interesting. The information is very, very interesting, you know. So shout out to everyone that's in the building. Shout out to everyone that's in the building. Shout out to my man Bob. What up, Bob? He say, hey, hello to everyone we'll be observing while working. Shout out to my man Bob in the building. Hey, Miss L'Oreal, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Did you enjoy your holiday? Shout out to Miss L'Oreal in the building. I appreciate you always coming through and holding me down. Thank you so much, Miss L'Oreal. Appreciate you. Shout out to Mark in the building. What up, Mark? What's up, Scorpio? How you doing? Shout out to Scorpio. Self University on a pull up. What up, Self University? Salute, my brother. He says, great topic. Yeah, we're going to get into it, man. We're going to get into it. Of course, we're gonna have a video. We're gonna react to this video in a minute. We gotta talk about this, man. Hey, Miss Angie. Shout out to Miss Angie B. Appreciate you, Miss Angie. So we 2 for 2 today. We got 2 for 2 on the mods today in the building. Always holding it down for me. Thank y'all so much. Miss Angie says salute and happy Tuesday, Sheep Stay Sleep TV and fellow visionaries. Shout out to you, Miss Angie. I appreciate you. What up, New York Nikki? How you doing? Shout out to New York Nikki. Seth's son in the building. Peace, my brother. He says, you got to be equally passionate and stern with boys and girls, but it will be expressed differently based on the genders. Shout out to Seth's son in the building. Salute. Let's see who else is in the building. Don't want to miss anyone before we get into it. See who else up in here. Shout out to Miss Classy Creole in the building. We are 3 for 3 on the mods, y'all. We 3 for 3 on the mods. Shout out to you, Miss Classy Creole. Shout out to the House of Love. Always coming through and showing y'all support. I appreciate you, Miss Classy Creole. Thank you, Miss Angie. Thank you. Nope, it's not. Especially when you learn it's something that you're interested in. It's definitely not boring. Shout out to Let Me Put the Tip in. Salute, bro. Shout out to Cuzzo in the building. Salute, Cuzzo. What's up, Cynical? How you doing? Shout out to Cynical One. Shout out to everyone that's in the building. Shout out to everyone that's in the clouds. Y'all see today's show, man. Make sure you answer the poll if you're in the building. I appreciate it. I appreciate it if you answer the poll. Shout out to everyone in the building, man. Y'all see today's show. Y'all see today's show. This is why men must love and honor their daughters. Now, the reason why I'm doing today's show is because, as y'all know, this is a my content is geared for men, right? And I know a lot of women hear a lot of male content creators always speaking to men, always talking about male issues, what's going on with men, what we need to be doing with our sons, what our sons should be doing, why our sons aren't this way, why our sons isn't this way, we don't get to see our sons. You know, it's like everything is about men, 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 right? Especially if you're on this side of Black YouTube, a lot of the content is male driven. Even when talking about women, it's male driven because it's there to attract men. Even when these guys are talking about women, it's to attract men to come in and listen. So I know a lot of y'all women be wondering, like, damn, well, where's the men to speak up for us? Where's the men who talk about women? Where's the men who want to have conversations about women? Why don't men talk about their daughters? Why you don't hear men advocating for their daughters as much as they're advocating for their sons? And this is not a new thing because, you know, when I was in the Black manosphere, that was one of the things that women said too. That was one of their pushbacks, that Black men don't care about their daughters and don't care about their women because they don't even talk about the things that they do with their daughters and stuff like that. It's always male driven, right? And to a certain extent, I've always agreed with that. I've always agreed with that. you know? So I came across this video, and when I saw this video, I said, I have to do a show about this because a lot of men are not really displaying the same affection for their daughters openly, where all of us can see, than with their sons. You don't usually hear guys really speak about how affectionate or how much they love their daughters. It's not as common as it is when you hear fathers talk about their sons. Not saying fathers don't love their daughters. I'm not saying that. But just on social media alone, you don't see it as much. You see more father son, mother daughter, mother daughter, mother son. You don't usually see, it's not common that you see the father daughter dynamic with black men. That's not common. The common dynamic that we see is mother son, father son, or mother daughter. You don't see too much of this father daughter stuff. This is why I played the song Daughters at the beginning of the stream. That's Nas, where Nas did a whole song dedicated to his daughter. Shout out to my brother Ebo, man. He said, this is right up my alley. Shout out to Ebo. Salute, Ebo. Appreciate you, bro. What up, GQ? He said facts. And I'm not talking down on brothers. You know, I'm not telling brothers what they should do or none of that. I'm just speaking on what we see, what I see. And I don't see a lot of that on social media. I don't see a lot of dudes spending time with their daughters, showing their daughters off the way that they show off their sons. You know, we just don't see it. And I'm not saying for dudes to show it, because if you're not comfortable showing your daughter like that, because some dudes are protective like that, they really don't want to show their daughters, because there are a lot of creeps out here and a lot of weirdos. So you just don't want to put pictures of your daughter out there like that. I understand that. I understand that. GQ says, father-daughter is more common now because men are more involved now. Yeah, they are. They are. But when I saw this video, I said, man, I think that, as dads, you know, and I pray for a daughter, you know, but as a dad, I think a lot of times, we don't see how us not being there in certain areas, because this even play into women today. What I'm getting ready to show y'all is sad, man. This video was sad. And let's just be honest, fellas, a lot of us men deal with women who have identity issues because of the lack of that strong father presence. The stuff that y'all gonna hear this girl say is crazy. And there's a lot of black women out here who have low self-esteem like this. See, I tell y'all this all the time. See, all of that loud talking and cackling, that's a defense mechanism. Most of them women have low self-esteem. The women who get all loud and want to tell you off and get all irate and get all demand. A lot of them women have low self-esteem. That's a defense mechanism. When they get the balking and that's a defense mechanism. And a lot of this is why, if some of you guys ever got on a panel and some women they just uneasy by your presence, it's not because something wrong with you. It's that because they're not used to that that fatherly presence. See, some men carry a fatherly presence, and that makes some women uncomfortable. That will make a lot of women uncomfortable very quickly, because as soon as you open your mouth, she's going to think you're trying to tell her something when all you're doing is conversing with her. But that's the energy some men give off. And a lot of these women, they won't tell you that. I've had women tell me this. See, when you give off that type of energy, it can make some women uncomfortable, because it's like, I don't know how to take this. I don't know how to deal with it. You see? But when you actually have a daughter, you have to expose her to this type of energy. Because if she ever comes across a man like this, she needs to understand that that man is there to protect her like you were there to protect her. You see? And this is just my opinion, ladies. Don't ever submit to a man that don't give you that type of energy. And I'm just telling you this. This is just my opinion. Stop getting with dudes with who have F-boy energy and not grown man fatherly leadership energy. You see? There's an energy that's within certain men. You got to know how to recognize that. See? And you gotta have your own level of discernment to understand this. You see? When y'all get with these types of men, these are gonna be the men who are gonna treat you different than what you're used to being treated like. You see? These are the men that are actually there to elevate you in life. Because that is what a relationship is about. We're supposed to make each other better. And a man's job is to elevate his woman, not put his woman above him, but to elevate his woman. A man is supposed to make his woman better, not make sure she don't have to pay no bills, but level her up internally, level her confidence up. See, level up her self-esteem. A lot of black women have low self-esteem. When you actually talk to them and get in relationships with them, they're not these women they portray themselves on social media. This stuff is cap, fellas. Stop believing it. Stop jumping on these panels, attacking these women, thinking that these women are like that. They're not. A lot of these women are timid and they're afraid. Understand this. See? Because they never felt safe around men. A lot of these women never felt safe around men. Women come in my chat, they feel safe. They feel safe because I created that environment. And the men that are here don't attack women. You see that? This video, man, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Let's get to the video. Let's get to the video. What up, Boogeyman? Salute, family. Cynical says it's one thing to deal with one, it's another thing to have a kid with them. Kids are permanent. Yeah, kids are permanent. Kids are permanent. Now check out this video. Check out this video. This is sad, man. This woman that you see on your screen, she's getting ready to break down why. Cynical says, I was talking about F-Boys DS1. Shout out to you, Cynical. In this video, this woman is going to break down and try to justify why she's ugly. This is stuff that black women are dealing with, fellas. This type of stuff pop up when we get in relationships with them. True or false, fellas? See, all of this, I got my shit together. See, all of that's fake. I got my shit together, so I gotta find somebody who got their shit together. But this is how a lot of them really feel about themselves. Let's listen to it. Let's listen to it. Classy Creole says, we also have a high respect for you too, DS1, because we know you're not on no BS. Thank you so much, Miss Classy Creole. Salute. Salute to all of y'all ladies. I appreciate y'all. Boogeyman says, a lot of these women had a mook as a father who abused them. So it's hard for them to handle a fatherly type of man. Super facts, bro. Super facts. They had a mook and a predator as a father. That's true. That's true. So that voice reminds them of a predator's voice. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Sad, but it's a fact. Shout out to Ebo for doubling up. Appreciate you, my brother. He says, if you ever, and I mean ever, make this topic a panel convo, I'm there. Yes, sir. Shout out to my brother Ebo Sosa for doubling up. I appreciate your support, bro. Let's get into this video, man. Fair use, fair use, fair use, YouTube. Fair use. Make sure y'all like and share the show too, y'all. Like and share today's show.
You guys are right. I am ugly. I finally come to realize that. The only person in the world that said that I was beautiful was my mother.
You heard that, fellas? You heard that? Or do I need to rewind it? Did you hear that? Or do I need to? Yeah, let me rewind it. Let me rewind it. Let's refresh. This is Instagram. Let's refresh. Shout out to Club in the building. What up, Club? I see you, my brother. Let's refresh this. Now, before we play this again, if you look at her face, you can tell she was crying. She was crying before she made this video. She was crying before she made this video. Look at this, y'all. This is sad. Listen, fellas.
You guys are right. I am ugly.
You guys are right. I am ugly. Now watch this.
I finally come to realize that. The only person in the world that said that I was beautiful was my mother.
You heard that? Did you hear that? The only person that ever told her she was beautiful in her whole life was her mother. Was her mother. Her mother. Now listen to this. Watch this. Let's continue.
I'll never forget it. I was young. And she said, I know y'all think my daughter's ugly, but my daughter is beautiful. I get inboxes from black men says I'm ugly for a black woman. I was with a woman for 14 years, told her every day she was beautiful. She never said once I was beautiful. Not even.
You heard that? Did you hear? This is sad. This is sad. The only person that ever told her whole life that she was beautiful was her mother. She get inboxes from black men calling her ugly. She was in a relationship with a woman for 14 years, and she never said she was beautiful. So, fellas, we wondering why our daughters is turning into is going and dealing with women. They looking for love. She still doesn't feel beautiful even as a stud female. Her girlfriend never called her beautiful. So could you imagine the turmoil she's going through mentally? Her father never called her beautiful. Listen to this. Let's keep listening. Let's keep listening. Let's keep listening. This is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. Hey Taylor, I see you in the building. What's up, Jasmine? How you doing, Jasmine?
My dad said I look nice.
Her dad never even called her beautiful. Her dad said she looked nice. Her own father have never told her she was beautiful. Her father told her, oh, you look nice. And then us men wonder why these girls go and start messing with girls and try to turn into boys. Here's the perfect example right in y'all face, men. This is why men must love and honor their daughters. You gotta tell your daughter she's beautiful. You love her. She's precious. You gotta tell her these things. Look at this woman right here, man. This woman is an emotional wreck. Look at this woman. You could tell she was crying. And by the way, you can tell she had boyfriends before she became a stud. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Slime Coleon. Somebody give Slime Coleon a Uber. Somebody give Slime Coleon a Uber. Happy Memorial Day, Slime Coleon.
So I come to accept the fact that I'm ugly and I never will be beautiful. That's.
Did y'all hear that? So I came to accept that I'm ugly and I'll never be beautiful. Listen, this is a black woman. Let's keep listening.
why when the girls talk to me, they don't even like sleeping with me. I mean, I see the look on their faces. Even when I try to walk up to them, they'll give me this look. I know I'm ugly. I accept the fact that, Dad, you don't date nobody like me. You like those pretty studs, I get that. I'm ugly. And I accept that. So I'm not going to lie and say I'm fabulous or gorgeous. I'm not that. I'm not that. I would never be that. Like I said, the only person in the world that told me I was beautiful is my mother. You guys never said that. And the thing about it is, you guys are lucky. You got people walking to you, damn, you fine, you go. I'll never get that. I'll never get that. I never will. I'm an ugly black woman, and I accept that. Take care. You guys are right.
And black men don't have nothing to do with that? So black men, we don't have nothing to do with that? Hey, Camille, good to see you, love. Good to see you. Glad you're in the building. So black men, we don't have nothing to do with that, huh? We don't have nothing to do with that. Very sad, bro. So we don't got nothing to do with that. Her father don't have nothing to do with that. She said her father told her she was all right. She looked nice. The man who helped bring her in this world never told her she was beautiful. Slept with her mama, put a kid in her mama. Her mama had the baby, and he looked at his daughter and told his daughter, "Oh, you look nice." And then we wonder why black women out here don't care about themselves, why they show up the way that they do. You think we don't have nothing to do with that? Nothing? 0%? Nothing. We didn't do nothing. That's the fucking point. We didn't do nothing. You didn't even tell a girl she was pretty every day. You didn't even tell her she was pretty every day. That's why she wanted to go give her body to all the little boys. Because you didn't tell her she was precious. You didn't tell her that. You didn't tell her that. You didn't tell her how much she meant to you and how precious she is to you and how nobody could touch it, hurt her. You didn't do that, nigga. That's why she want to be a boy. Because maybe she'll get more love if she becomes a boy. Maybe my dad will love me if he sees me as his son instead of his daughter. We wonder why this happening, fellas. We just watched a video to prove why it happens. You niggas don't tell your daughters you love them enough. That's what you don't do. That's what you don't do. See, this stuff is starting to come out more and more on the men's side and the women's side. See, this stuff is starting to come out about what men are not doing. We're not telling our daughters, we're not reinforcing our love for our daughters. And I know why a lot of you niggas don't do this shit. You don't do it because that's how you pay back their mother. See, you rotten ass men are leaving your daughters to the wayside because that's how you pay back her mother. See, I know the rotten shit men do. I done heard some of you niggas say it. I know the rotten shit you do. That's why you left that little girl. You treating that little girl the same way you treated her mama because you abandoned her mama. You left her mama when she told you she was pregnant. You abandoned her mama, you abandoned her. This is what you niggas are doing. This is why I tell men you gotta heal before you build. Stop running around here knocking women up and you got so much contention against women. You got all this pent up anger and frustration against women, then you shouldn't be out here having sex, bruh. You shouldn't even be out here having sex. Because you liable of getting a woman pregnant and regretting it and then running from your responsibility. And then the world is left to deal with a broken woman like this.
Right. I am ugly. I finally come to realize that. The only person in the world that said that I was beautiful was my mother. I'll never forget it. I was young. And she said, I know y'all think my daughter's ugly, but my daughter is beautiful. I get inboxes from black men says I'm ugly for a black woman. I was with a woman for 14 years, told her every day she was beautiful. She never said once I was beautiful. Not even my dad. My dad said I look nice. So I come to accept the fact that I'm ugly and I never will be beautiful. That's why when the girls talk to me, they don't even like sleeping with me. I mean, I see the look on their faces. Even when I try to walk up to them, they'll give me this look. I know I'm ugly. I accept the fact that Dad, you don't date nobody like me. You like those pretty studs, I get that. I'm ugly, and I accept that. So I'm not gonna lie and say I'm fabulous, because I'm not that. I'm not that. I would never be that. Like I said, the only person in the world that told me I was beautiful is my mother. You guys never said that. And the thing about it is, you guys are lucky. You got people walking up to you, damn, you fine, you go. I'll never get that. I'll never get that. I never will. I'm an ugly black woman, and I accept that. Take care.
See why you see why they love us? You see why they love their mothers more than they love us? Hmm? Oh, why they always choose mommy? Oh, this is why, nigga. This is why. This is why. This is why ain't too many daddy's girls around here no more. You ain't got a lot of daddy's girls because they don't look up to their daddy. Because they can't run to their daddy for nothing. Even for reassurance. Can your daughter come to you when a man break her heart? Can she come to you when her virginity get broken? Or are you going to be ready to blow up the goddamn world? Because you some uncivilized, unhinged nigga who can't accept that life is going to happen to your daughter the same way it's going to happen to your son. Except your daughter's going to be on the receiving end. Hmm? Can she come to you? Daddy, I lost my virginity today. Daddy, I made a mistake. He broke my heart. He wasn't the right man for me. Hmm? Are you going to give your daughter reassurance? Because this is not going on. But we're going to be there for our sons on that football field. We're going to be there for our sons on that basketball court. Right? Hmm? But we're not going to be there to reassure her, even when she fuck up. Because she human. She just a woman. Or are you going to tell her she's a failure? Hmm? Are you going to treat her differently now? Because she didn't follow all the rules. She broke the rules just like your son did, nigga. Huh? Let's talk about this. This black woman says she's an ugly black woman. And the only time she heard that she was beautiful was by her mother. But then you niggas will get up here and say, oh, these kids only listen to their mother because they only think they mama love them. because they only think they mama love them. Nigga, you think because you buy school clothes, you love your kids, nigga? You see, you niggas got love fucked up. Nigga, you think because you buy school clothes and get haircuts and pay for nails and you pay, nigga, that ain't love. You could do that for another nigga's kids. That's not love, bro. Stop thinking you love your kids because you go to work and provide for them. That ain't love, nigga. That's called obligation. You heard what Denzel told his son? What's that movie, y'all? Y'all put it in the chat. Somebody drop out the clouds and let me know. Fences. Thank you, Taylor. You remember what he told his son? I don't take care of you because I love you. You think I go to work and pay these bills because I love you? Because I made you, boy. It's obligation. Love is a totally different thing, fellas. We got this shit fucked up. See? You got to show love. Love is time, affection, attention, presence, being there. Presence, not presents, not gifts. Presence, understanding, nonverbal communication. You know, when you around children, sometimes you just laying there with your child while they watching TV. They just want you to lay on the carpet with them while they watch TV. They just want you to lay there. They don't want to play no more. They tired of playing. They want to watch their show. And they want you to just lay there with them and watch the show with them. That's it. That's nonverbal communication. You niggas always want to be in the goddamn street thinking you got to check a bag for everything. When you ain't checking your child's emotional state. Oh, only mommy's supposed to do that. So if only mommy's programming them, then you wonder why the children only goes to mommy for everything. You wonder why they only listen to mommy, because mommy programmed them, not daddy. They don't know daddy. They see daddy, but they don't know him because daddy haven't taught them anything. Daddy just pay all the bills and buy clothes and take us on vacation. That's all daddy do. And he paid for college. But daddy didn't, I never learned nothing from my daddy. My daddy never told me he loved me. He just bought me a car. I didn't want the car. I wanted him to show up to my graduation. I didn't want the car. I wanted him. This is what men are missing. We trying to replace shit with who we are. Can nothing replace you as a man. If your presence is replaced by money, you a bozo. Let me say it again. If money can replace your presence, you're a bozo. You're a bozo. Hello, bozo. Hi, Captain Bozo. Can nothing replace your presence? Nothing. Nothing. Nothing can replace your voice. Most of y'all daughters don't hear y'all voice. You know what they hear? Cash App. So that's how they deal with y'all. Daddy, can you send me a Cash App? And then you niggas get mad. Oh, you can't speak to your daddy? You can't say hello? Nigga, what you talking about? You don't spend time with that girl? Do you wonder why she only called you for a Cash App? When you spend time with her? When? When you taking her school shopping? When you taking her Easter shopping? When you're taking her Christmas shopping? When you're taking her birthday shopping? What about any regular day? When the last time y'all just sat down and watched a movie together? Hmm? When the last time you just sat down and ate with your daughter and talked to her? And let her express herself just to see what's on her mind? Do you get mad when she calling you for a Cash App telling you she need her nails done? And that's all she call you for? Because she don't see you anytime else. Anytime she see her daddy just spending money on her. Daddy ain't never sat down with her and said, let me check your homework. Yeah, you staying with me for the weekend. Let me check your homework. Let me see your books. Let me see what you be doing in school. You niggas don't do that. You too busy trying to show off and wanting to spend money. Trying to prove to your baby mother you ain't broke instead of trying to develop the relationship with your child. You trying to prove something to your ex-girl who got another man. Now you're trying to prove you ain't broke. So you going extra hard, spending all this frivolous ass money when all you could do is sit right down, go to Chuck E. Cheese for the day, and have a whole day with this girl. Y'all will get home after playing and talking and laughing. She'll be asleep by 8:30. But you niggas, you want to go blow a bag. We going to blow a bag. Do you wonder why she only respect you for your money? Goofy nigga. Didn't you want to kill the whole projects when your daughter grow up and here she out here getting niggas for their money? Now you want to kill everybody. When you raised her like that, you raised her like that. You raised her to only get a nigga for his money. Because that's the only time you showed up, when daddy had money. You hear it all the time. Girls say it out their mouth. That's the only time she was with her daddy. Anytime she was with her daddy, they went shopping. Her daddy ain't never sat down and read a book. Her daddy ain't never read a bedtime story. Her daddy never told her how beautiful and pretty she was. None of that shit. Daddy went and blew bags and bought jewelry. That's what daddy did. That's why her niggas do the same shit. Blow bags and never tell her they love her. Never show them. When you really need that nigga, he ain't there. When you really need him, he ain't there. When you need him for something outside of money, he ain't there. He ain't there. Just like daddy. Outside of money, where that nigga at? Hmm? William Burning Tires. What's up, William Burning Tires? S. Meyer says, daddy's rolling on 24s. Valeria Queen of Valhalla. I'll be real. It's why I never dated black dudes. Okay. No doubt. I respect that. I respect that. Yup. Holiday daddies. Mm-hmm. Back to school daddies. They ain't seen you all summer Ain't spent a week with you the whole summer break. But you go, oh, I gotta give my kid everything. It's time for school. My kid gotta be fly. Ain't spent one night, summer night with daddy. Ain't spent one summer night with daddy. But you going hard once school come back. Man, you dudes are bozos, man. You dudes are bozos. And then when y'all daughters grow up, they grow up and be women like we just watched on this goddamn video. Who thinks she ugly? If a woman finds herself unattractive, she don't even think she's worthy of being loved. Let me say that again. If a woman doesn't find herself attractive, beautiful, sexy, she doesn't even think she's worthy of love from a man. Intimacy. Women connect all of that with how they look. They connect all of that with how they look. You wonder why they going to get BBLs? BBL Jizzy. BBL Jizzy. BBL Jizzy. BBL Jizzy. Wonder why they going to get BBLs? Low self-esteem, low self-worth. They don't think they're pretty enough. Black men, why aren't we telling our daughters not to chase the beauty standard? She is the beauty standard. The white woman copied her image off of you and made herself the standard of beauty. The long hair woman, that was you, black woman. That wasn't her. That long, full, luminescent hair, that's the black woman. That ain't her. That's not her. That's the black woman. You are the standard of beauty, baby. We got to be telling our daughters this when they little girls. You don't have to aspire to be nobody on TV, baby. You perfectly fine the way you are. And if a boy or a man don't like you because of who you are, then that's their loss. That's their loss. See, let me tell you something, fellas. Tell you something, fellas. Women don't believe that they're beautiful hearing it from other women. Women don't believe that they're beautiful hearing it from other women. They only believe it when they hear it from men. Because women know deep down inside who they want to qualify them. See, all of this hoopla that they be talking, it's just fluff. It's just talk. These women know she want to be qualified by a man. That's what make her feel like a grown woman. When a man sit there and tell her how good of a woman she is, how good she is to him. She don't believe that shit with her homegirl. Girl, you a good woman, girl. Don't believe that shit. Then she sitting there, then she's laying up in the bed by herself every night. She don't believe that shit. She don't. She don't. She don't believe it. She believe it when a man tells her. When a man tells her. But the first man she need to hear it from is her dad. See, I'm not talking about intimate relationships. She need to hear this from her dad before she hear it from any other man. Because some men a lot of men, excuse me, a lot of men are predatory and they prey on women with low self-esteem and they prey on them. They prey on them, fellas. We know that. We know that. So why are we prepping our daughters to be prepared to deal with the world? Not be a part of the world, to deal with the world. Hmm? What's up, Celine? How you doing, JB? Some women get BBLs to get certain men to trick on them. At the end of the day, it's still about male attention and affection, which goes back to the lack of daddying. See, listen, Celine, these women won't be looking for men to trick on them, right? They won't be out here looking for tricks, right? If daddy was around to show them that you don't play with men. You see, you don't play with men. That's why they're called tricks, because you have to manipulate them. They're tricking. See, women won't be out here looking for nobody to trick on them if they had a strong fatherly presence. Because if daddy was around, you ain't gonna be looking at men like that. You ain't gonna be looking for no trick man. You don't look at those men because your father teach you from young. Those the men you look away. You come across men like you don't look at those men. Don't pay them men no attention. You go away from them. You move away from them. See, you know from a little girl, because daddy gonna point him out. See, you see him right there? Stay away from him. You see that? See how he look? See how he walk? Yeah. That's what daddy do. Daddy teaches you how to be fuck boy proof. You see? Now, do girls make mistakes? Do girls do things that they want to do and go? Yeah, boys do it too. But fellas, we have to really begin to demonstrate more love and honor and affection toward our daughters, man. We complain about a 304 problem. These 304s have a lot of tricks. These tricks are men. These tricks are men. Come on, fellas. Just like we got to save our sons from getting murdered in the streets, we got to save our daughters and keep our daughters off them corners and off them poles. You know how easy it is for a young girl to sell her body now? She could be selling her body and nobody know. You'll never know unless you and your daughter have that relationship. Look how it was exposed during the pandemic, how many female teachers had OnlyFans accounts. Female lawyers, OnlyFans accounts. And fellas, we just think we could never find this stuff out. Yes, we can. If we pay attention to women, you niggas don't pay attention to the women y'all be in relationships with. Y'all just be in relationships. Y'all don't pay attention. Y'all don't learn nothing. You don't learn nothing about women. You don't learn nothing about the woman you were with. So how are you a problem solver? How are you solution based? And I'm not talking about um Officer Brownsville and them. I ain't talking about them. That wasn't a shot. But we talking about this 304 problem. We talking about how women this, women that, women don't want to do, women don't do. But where do you think it starts? What's up, Zoe? Where do y'all think it starts? Where do y'all think it starts? We always on here talking about the father-son dynamic, the father-son relationship. But do you know why it's so much fake pimps on YouTube? Dudes acting like they pimps and talking all of this shit because they know that there's a lot of men who haven't raised their daughters correctly. They know that there's a lot of men who have allowed their daughters to become food for the streets. This is why you got a bunch of these fake pimps running around still. All this fake pimp ideology. It's because they know that there's a lot of fathers who are not on their job. Why you don't hear none of one? Why y'all don't hear about none of these pimps' daughters out here pulling tricks? Why we don't never hear this? Why we don't never see this? Why the pimp daughter never gets turned out? Because he's her father. He's not a pimp. He's her father. And what he does is he teaches her not to fall for men like him. You see? Go read the book Daddy Cool by Donald Goins. Go read the book Daddy Cool written by Donald Goins. Stay on topic in the chat, Scorpio. Stay on topic in the chat. Sugar Free in his song, This Game Is Not For You, speaks to this, to the T. Facts. Stay on topic in the chat, Scorpio. It's not a sports channel. But this is exactly why men must love and honor their daughters, man. This video is absurd, man. Let's show the video one more time.
You guys are right. I am ugly. I finally come to realize that. The only person in the world that said that I was beautiful was my mother. I'll never forget it. I was young. And she said, I know y'all think my daughter's ugly, but my daughter is beautiful. I get inboxes from black men says I'm ugly for a black woman. I was with a woman for 14 years, told her every day she was beautiful. She never said once I was beautiful. Not even my dad. My dad said I look nice. So I come to accept the fact that I'm ugly and I never will be beautiful. That's why when the girls talk to me, they don't even like sleeping with me. I mean, I see the look on their faces. Even when I try to walk up to them, they'll give me this look. I know I'm ugly. I accept the fact that, Dad, you don't want to date nobody like me. You like those pretty studs, pretty. I get that. I'm ugly, and I accept that. So I'm not gonna lie and say I'm fabulous and gorgeous. I'm not that. I'm not that. I would never be that. Like I said, the only person in the world that told me I was beautiful is my mother. You guys never said that. And the thing about it is, you guys are lucky. You got people walking to you, damn, you fine, you go. I'll never get that. I'll never get that. I never will. I'm an ugly black woman, and I accept that. Take care.
She says she'll never get that. What's up, Mel? I see you in the building. She says she'll never get that. The only person who ever told her in her life she was beautiful was her mother. So that means she never looked forward to hearing it from her father. Her father told her, "Oh, you look nice." See? Yeah, this is sad. It's sad, Mel. I'm glad her mom at least told her that she's beautiful. And what does that really mean to a woman? No disrespect, but what does that really mean to a woman to hear her mother tell her she's beautiful, but not her father? I keep telling y'all the importance of a father in when it comes to identity, especially when it comes to girls. Especially when it comes to girls. Fathers rule identity when it comes to children. Mothers rule the emotional realm and your feelings and how you process how you feel. That's the responsibility of mom. That's why she nurtures and cares. Dad is the one who gives you an identity. Dad, not mom. Dad. Keep telling y'all this. Your mother can't give you an identity. Your mother ain't gonna never make you feel beautiful as a woman. Never. Cause she a woman too. And you know, women just say shit to say just to say shit. Y'all women know y'all will tell each other y'all beautiful to make yourselves feel good. That's why y'all don't believe it when your mothers tell y'all. Y'all gotta hear it from dad. Not a man first. Dad. That's the first man that need to tell you you pretty. Instead of a man lying to you and pulling your clothes off while saying you're pretty. You see? Every time a man tell you he pretty, he pulling your clothes off. You see why daddy got to tell you it first? You see why we got to tell our daughters that first, fellas? Because a nigga in the street gonna tell you your daughter she pretty pulling her clothes off. That's the difference, nigga. That's the difference. That's why you gotta be there. Regardless of how her mother acting, nigga. You don't want your daughter to be a hoe, right? Just giving her body up to a bunch of niggas because she don't see no value in it because her daddy didn't tell her how valuable it was. Her mama can't tell her shit. She know her mama a hoe. She don't listen to her mama telling her about her body. Don't half these women don't listen to their mothers. Mommy fucking like me. Mommy wants some like me. So that's always a biased perspective. You see? You see? You see? Jen Choke says, Wow, the language though, self-control. Okay, have a nice day. Jen Choke. Somebody somebody give Jen Choke a Uber. Have a good day. Because you fail to have self-control. To come into someone else and tell them how to behave because you don't agree. That's a lack of self-control on your behalf as well. So have a good day. Ebo says, for the ladies, listen and enjoy after the brother's done cooking. Salute, Ebo. Salute, my brother. You see? You want to stop the 304 problem, right? Tell men, I hope you're listening. You're gonna have to get real, active and be more close with your daughters. Stop just focusing on paying for her to go to college, nigga. That's all you're focused on. You ain't even, what age your daughter lost her virginity? Do you know, nigga? But you know how much college costs. See, you niggas kill me. You niggas kill me. You don't know what age your daughter lost her virginity, but you know how much college costs for. You know which fraternity, you know which sorority you want her to join, right? But you don't know what age she lost her virginity. You don't know that she had a boyfriend since she was 12. You ain't know that she was being fresh with little boys since she was 13. But you gonna take her to go buy her a car. And you think your job is done as being a dad. You ain't done the heavy lifting, nigga. You think the heavy lifting is paying for shit. No, the heavy lifting is you being there. Mm-hmm. Was you there when she had her first period? Huh? Hmm? Do you know what age she got her first heartbreak? Huh? Because I guarantee you, all these 304s and all these OnlyFans girls, they could tell you they daddy didn't know none of this stuff I just said. Everything I just brought up, I guarantee you they could say, my daddy didn't know. My daddy didn't know. Then you wonder why they on OnlyFans. You wonder why they joined the corn industry. You wonder why? That's why the majority of them are there. We're not talking about the ones who just joined because, because some girls just join because they freaks. A lot of them don't come from dysfunction. Some of them, they just freaks like that. We ain't talking about them. We're not talking about them. That don't make up the large percentage of the corn industry. It doesn't. The fatherless women make up the majority of the corn industry. Mm-hmm. The ones with daddy issues. Mm-hmm. Yep. What up, David Owens? Men don't keep it real with their daughters. Come on now. Come on now. But we want to tell our sons all about the 304s. But we don't want to tell our daughters about them tricks and about them creeps and them predators that'll offer you money, sneakers, jewelry, and a ride home for your vagina. See, we ain't telling them that. We ain't telling them that. Beware of a trick. Or one that want to purchase your innocence. We ain't telling them that. And we not putting it to them in that way. Like my man Ism say, we got to put it in a raw ski, Karolski. We got to tell them, we got to talk raw the same way we talk raw to our sons, the same way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll pay for you. They'll pay for it, baby girl. Don't you listen to them. They'll offer you sneakers. They'll offer you Chick-fil-A. They'll offer you a car. They'll offer you a Chanel bag. They'll offer you a record deal, Cassie. They'll offer you a higher position at your job, baby girl. Don't use sex as your mobility. Because you're worth more than just sex. See? But when do we explain this to them? When? That's exactly what they doing 28 with a bag. See how much work brothers gotta do? You just said it. Dudes still chasing draws themselves, but we telling our daughters not to be 304s. How? How we gonna do that? See how much work brothers gotta do? But we want to sit up here and talk about women all day. We want to sit up here and talk about women all day. Same niggas who still chasing draws. Then come online and say, oh, these women is easy out here. Oh, really? Says who? The whoremonger. Says Mr. Whoremonger. Oh, these women are easy out here. Yeah, I know. Because you chasing the easy ones. That's what you're doing. You playing basketball in the garbage can. Remember that, y'all? Remember in the hood? On the block? You know, before the big time dope boys bought us actual basketball hoops, we used to shoot in the garbage can. Remember that? Shoot the basketball in the garbage can. You dudes are still living like that to this day. Shooting in the trash. Talking about, I'm a real nigga. Shooting in the garbage. That's what you're doing. You ain't leveling up. You shooting in the garbage. Playing garbage ball. Garbage ball. Remember that, fellas? Every time you make a shot, you got to go pull it out the garbage can. Remember that? Remember that? This is what dudes are still doing. Shooting in the garbage. Trying to talk like they elite, but you still shooting in the trash. It ain't tricking if you got it. Still shooting in the garbage. Still shooting in the garbage. Shooting in the garbage. Still shooting in the trash. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Boogeyman says, tell her the truth and nothing but the truth, fellas. Come on now. In the rawski kadowski. Shout out to Ism. You got to tell him in the raw. I can't. I talk to my son like this. I'll talk. Yeah, why you can't talk to your daughter the same way? Why you can't let your daughter know about these creeps, about these Diddy's and Otis type of men? Huh? Won't you teach your daughter about that? Tell them about that. Tell them how nasty they are. Tell them how you grew up with some of them. Tell her the truth. Tell her why she couldn't grow up and sit on men's laps. Tell her why. Tell her in the Rawski Kadowski. Because sex is a part of human interaction. And the Rawski Karowski, tell her why she can't sit on his lap. Tell her why. Don't just say no. Tell her why. But we're gonna tell our sons, he could start getting some ass at 12. He need to know what vagina is early. But your daughter don't need to know what men do with their penises. Huh? Or she don't that ain't important. That ain't important, right? That shouldn't be important to her. Right? She don't need to know that. She need to know that later on. But your son need to know how to have sex and do all of this stuff with women at 14. As if he's not going to be having sex with a girl. See, I know why a lot of you men don't tell your daughters a lot of shit. Because you're the greaseball nigga. You're the slime ball. You're the slime ball. That's why you don't tell her who to look out for. Because you'll be telling her to look out for you. And for guys like you. And a lot of you men ain't real enough to admit that. You're not real enough. You're not transparent enough. You don't have enough courage to tell your daughter, your daddy wasn't shit. And you better not come in this house with a man like me. You ain't gonna tell her that though. You ain't gonna tell her that though, are you? You ain't gonna tell your daughter how you was a whoremonger. You ain't gonna tell her that. You ain't gonna tell her the truth about men. And you her father. You are giving her the reason to hate men. You're giving her the reason to hate men. You did it. You gave her the keys to hate the rest of us, nigga. That's why it's so hard for a good man to get through to her. This nigga gotta be a tiger in the Ringling Brothers circus to prove to her something. Because of you. Because of you. Because of you. Because you just wouldn't be honest with her. Your daddy ain't got it like that. Daddy gonna always do what he can, but daddy ain't got it like that, baby girl. Daddy work hard for his money. So you ain't gonna tell her the truth, man. Then the good men sitting back like, damn. Heard what Jay-Z said, once a good girl's gone bad, she's gone forever. More forever. Shit, I gotta live with the fact I did you wrong forever. I did you wrong. See, fellas, we gotta tell our daughters this, that there's men out here that will do you dirty and walk away and never tell you sorry and never admit that they wasn't man enough. They live with the fact that they did you wrong forever. And you got to live with that hurt. See, fellas, are we preparing our daughters for shit like this? Because this is the type of shit that changed their life. This is the shit that'll change their life. Some women haven't recovered from their first heartbreak. Do y'all know that? Do y'all know that? Some women have never recovered. They've literally acquiesced and act throughout all their other relationships. Act like they was in love, act like they was having fun. Now they might have little short times where they was enjoying themselves, but they was full on acting. Some of these women will never recover from the level of hurt some men have put on them. They'll never recover. And they'll go around and they'll pick other men and hurt other men. And they won't even know how they hurting other men. Because this man is trying to get through to her. This man is trying to reach her. This man is trying to show her he cares. But it's hard for her to get through to, it's hard for her to understand that because she's been hurt by a man who she trusted. And she hasn't learned how to deal with that level of betrayal from a man. Because when it happened to her the first time, she couldn't go to her dad. See, dad was supposed to come and reinforce, no, baby, you made a mistake. It's not all your fault. You're still pretty. You're still beautiful. You're still going to get a man. You still deserve a husband. Daddy's supposed to tell her this shit. See, long before she start getting all this reinforcement from her man, the way she trusts that it's reinforcement from her man and not control is by her understanding it by daddy. Daddy has the key. Daddy's who unlocked the lock. Daddy. See that? You see that? Daddy. Niggas run around here putting everything into their sons, forgetting their daughters. Then you ain't even putting all the right shit into these boys. You're training them to be like you and your homies back in the 70s. Goofies. Absolutely. Absolutely. 28 with a bag. Absolutely. Absolutely. Boogeyman says, bingo, your son need to be. Yep, that's a fact. Yeah, a lot of us can't admit that. A lot of us can't admit that. So shout out to everyone that's coming through. I'm going to play this video one more time and then we're going to wrap up today's show. Shout out to everyone in the building, by the way. Shout out to everyone in the building. Let's play this video one more time and then we're going to wrap up the show. Make sure y'all hit the like button if y'all in the building. Hit the like button and share today's show, man. Hit the like button and share today's show. The links are going across the screen. Support today's show, y'all. Support today's show. I appreciate all the support thus far. Let's get back to this video.
You guys are right. I am ugly. I finally come to realize that. The only person in the world that said that I was beautiful was my mother. I'll never forget it. I was young. And she said, I know y'all think my daughter's ugly, but my daughter is beautiful. I get inboxes from black men says I'm ugly for a black woman. I was with a woman for 14 years, told her every day she was beautiful. She never said once I was beautiful. Not even my dad. My dad said I look nice. So I come to accept the fact that I'm ugly and I never will be beautiful. That's why when the girls talk to me, they don't even like sleeping with me. I mean, I see the look on their faces. Even when I try to walk up to them, they'll give me this look. I know I'm ugly. I accept the fact that, Dad, you won't date nobody like me. You like those pretty studs, I get that. I'm ugly, and I accept that. So I'm not gonna lie and say I'm fabulous or gorgeous. I'm not that. I'm not that. I would never be that. Like I said, the only person in the world that told me I was beautiful is my mother. You guys never said that. And the thing about it is, you guys are lucky. You got people walking up to you, damn, you fine. You go. I'll never get that. I'll never get that. I never will. I'm an ugly black woman, and I accept that. Take care.
Man, let me say this and then we're going to wrap up today's show. Say this and then we're going to wrap up today's show. Shout out to everyone in the building. I appreciate everyone for pulling up. Now, if y'all notice, right? Because I know some of y'all are going to be like, well, if her mother called her beautiful, then what does it matter? You don't notice? This is why I said fathers is responsible for the child's identity. Notice what it says. Notice what she said. She said, I've come to the conclusion that I'm ugly. The only person in my life that ever said I was beautiful was my mother. So what that means is, regardless of what her mother said to her, being that she's never heard it from a man, she's still ugly. There's the proof right there. Even after her mother calling her beautiful, it didn't matter. Because daddy never told. Daddy never told her. She don't believe what her mama say. You just telling me I'm pretty because I'm your daughter. My father never told me I'm pretty. So why do I believe I'm pretty? This is why men must love and honor their daughters, man. We got to put that energy into our daughters too, not just into our sons, and getting our sons on grade level and making sure our sons are productive and could take care of themselves. What about that little girl, bro, who never heard she was pretty by you? What about that? Get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think of today's show, man. Salute to everyone. Shout out to all the new supporters. We will be back tomorrow with another show. Y'all stay tuned right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm y'all host, DS1 Ross. Of course, I appreciate all the love and the support. I appreciate all the financial support as well. Whether you hit the super chat, whether you hit the PayPal or the Venmo, is very much appreciated. Salute to all the visionaries, man. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV, and I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.